From the top all the way to the bottom. What goes down must stay down, and what comes up may come down. Welcome to the balance week 145. I thank you all for coming. We are here to indulge ourselves in the wisdom that life provides for us. We are here to grow together, to learn together, live together, love together, and find some balance in coming together. I'm going to start with the chants. I believe in the thought that everyone is equal, the evidence of every individual, the mighty works of God, the mighty works of the balance. The truth that will define who a person is, the righteousness of family, wisdom, influences, values, and guidance. But the belief that you don't have to be yourself for success is misleading. I believe in the power of love that will hold us together. I believe in the works of love that will inspire us. I believe in love for it shall rescue us in moments of despair, ruination, and separation. Every action is awarded with the reaction that affects a person one way or another. Whatever reaction occurs is meant to transpire because it'll lead oneself closer to their destiny. Let's start off with the almighty paragraph. This is the almighty paragraph. They're sailing in the boat, going past all these things. The waves are crashing, the storm is brewing, and all things seem desperate, all things seem lost. However, the concentration must not be put in these distractions. And even though we must beware in these distractions, we must even more be aware of our destination and to make sure that we are getting there and to make sure that we are going to where we belong. That is what we need to look out for. This is the almighty paragraph. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Um, in the streets, there are stop signs and there are all kinds of signs. There are, the yield, the railroad, a lot of signs that we have to be looking out for. One of those main rules in the street is no texting and driving. I'm sure we all know that. But some of us will probably, well, it's not me, of course, but some of us probably still do it. Tell us at home, people, there's a storm going on outside. Let's just settle down here. Find your atmosphere and wherever you're home, get a blanket. For those of you here, I told you all to bring blankets, and I hope you did. There's all kinds of things. They say when you drive to stay focused on the road. There are so many things that can happen when you drive. But when you drive, most importantly, you're supposed to reach to your destination. That's what we all know. They say, oh, you gotta go from point A to point B. So we know that. And we also know to avoid distractions. We know these things by heart. But do we really follow these things? Is what we have to ask ourselves. And it's not just when we're driving. As you all know, in the place of balance, we take scenarios and we apply them in different ways. So we're not just talking about driving behind the wheel. The wheel of life is what we're talking in life. You may have goals. You may have some kind of thing that you would like to achieve. All of us do. All of us want to get a house, promotion, all kinds of things that they're numerous. So we need to focus on getting them. But just like driving, you have to be focused on the road and on the path that we're taking. We have to be aware of where we are driving and refrain and avoid any kinds of distractions because yes, they are out there. Distractions are out there. And we fall into these distractions. We may not get to what we want, like the job or whatever. You name it, because it's your goal. I can't tell you what goals to have. And other people can't either. There are times in life you're going to want to impress maybe your parents. You would like to impress your friends. But in reality, you might be different from them. It's a common situation. But remember, those people are not living your life, and you're not living their life, living your own. You have to do what makes you happy. In the world, some people say you have to do something that gets you a lot of money. No, no, no. Don't do something that will just, guarantee a lot of money. You have to do something that will make you happy, that will make you live sufficiently. But no, something that makes you happy is what you want to get. You don't want to have all the money in the world, but I don't like my job. So many things to do out there, but you don't have to just want to get something because it doesn't give you enough or it gets you more. You have to do, of course, what makes you happy. And if that means what makes you happy is not what makes your friend happy or your family or a member of the family. Might have a family full of doctors, lawyers, or something. And then you choose to be, let's say, a teacher or a manager or something they're not. These kind of things happen. But what you got to do is you focus on your road. Remember, focus on the road, not the distractions. There may be signs in life like the stop sign, the yield, the railroad, all those signs. We have those signs in life as well. But the truth is, like always, we have to stay focused. And we have to be aware of all those cars that are around us, all the people that are around us. And then from that focus, we push forward and move forward onto what we want. The almighty paragraph. Beware of all these things. But they did not say in the almighty paragraph to beware of the storm and the crashing waves. They probably would have died, which optimistic thinking, they didn't. But they did not say beware of the storm. They said beware of where we're going, which yes, where we're going around us is chaos. But beware that we are making sure that be aware to be aware. So beware, be aware. So we have to be aware of where we're going, the path we're taking. Make sure that we are following the road and following it easy, pushing through, right? Like the misconception that life is straight road. Misconception that it's gonna be simple. That's not gonna be simple. How many times is it gonna be a clear sky for the whole year? Maybe sometimes, but not always. There's always gonna be some type of storm, some type of rain, some type of drizzle, some type of anything to get in your way, get in our ways. But so that's true. So it won't go. Everything won't go as planned. It won't go smoothly. But you have to know this. Sometimes you'll know that it won't be a certain way, and you can't force it to be. Remember when we were talking about reactions last time, and all the reactions coming together, different reactions, and they just happen. Things are always happening, and now this kind of correlates to that because with all these things going on, so many things are happening in the world, like these variants of the viruses. There's so many viruses out there, and so many things going on in the world. But don't let these things in the world take away from where you're going in life. Because even though there's all these bad things in the world, right now is the Olympics, for example, and people are with their full potential, going out there, showing their stuff. And sure, there's some type of viruses out there, but that should not stop us from living, from moving on. We have to be aware that we don't fall into these distractions in life. And even though they may seem serious, we have to still push forward. We have to take it to our goals, or go to our goals and go make ourselves, make our best work. Because viruses are going to be all of our lives. So many things are going to happen. So many types of storms, storm clouds all over. That's why I told you, bring your blankets, get comfortable. There's storm clouds outside. It's very dark. Even during the sunset, it's still supposed to be light. It's very hot, very cold. No, very dark, very cold. Don't let these things stop you. There will be stop signs. But just, you wait a bit. When the path is clear, you go forward. You have to think during the stop signs, you have to think of your next move. Where am I going to go? You have to be also, like in driving, aware of others. Be aware of what moves you're going to make. Be aware of others. Be aware of what you're going to do, of course. Be aware to not fall into any distractions out there. And do not let these distractions pull you away from finding yourself, your purpose, your balance. Our balance is not all of us are going to have a full balance in life, but because we're going to have to find it and work to find it and get it on. The balance will help us to come together with ourselves and with others. We need to find our balance. The balance is not a person. The balance is not a symbol. Balance is not a religion. The balance is something to help us live our lives, and live a better life to help better understand each other. Balance helps us have patience, understanding, open mind. So we see these past few weeks of the balance in here in the sessions, we've been talking about having patience, understanding, open mind. And then after that, we talked about reactions. Every action there's meant to be everything. Let's saying in the beginning, for every reactions that were, I forgot. I can't believe I'm forgetting it because we say it all the time. But every action will be awarded with the reaction that will affect a person one way or another. That one. So all that. So we talked about these things, and now we talk about to be aware. With all these reactions happening, so many things are happening, but we can't let that distract us from going our way. So these past balance sessions they go together. They go hand in hand. Reactions, keep away from distractions, and patience, understanding, open mind. We have to have patience, understanding, and open mind in this. There will be people who are different from us, and these people, some of them might fall into these distractions. Some of them might drift away from their goals or what they want to do, and you cannot be upset because everyone works differently, and some people, aren't as steady as others. That's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that, and there's no judging at all because everyone has their sort of breaking points that you fall, but it's up to you to get up because everyone has to remember to be aware, to be aware, to beware, to be aware, to not fall into these distractions, to not fall into any of these distractions, not fall into any of these holes. Well, if we do fall in a hole, we're going to get out. We're going to stay still. The balance will help us to live with ourselves and with others. We will find the balance, and there's people ask me, is there a certain way we're supposed to find balance? Why don't you tell us how to find balance? Everyone will find their balance in different ways, in different circumstances. Everyone will find their balance all in different ways. Some find it different times than others. Some will find it different ages. You might find it when you're in your 60s or maybe in your 20s. Balance is here. But we give you advice so you could find, tips to help you to reach balance or tips to sustain a better life. I want you all, well, the purpose of these balance sessions is to obtain wisdom, enhance your mind, and share with others this wisdom, these things in your mind, what you're learning. Go bring it on to the others, bring it on to the world. That's what the balance to do. So that's why whatever I'm saying, you can tell to other people. Also, we don't tell you how to find balance because everyone finds it differently, but we give you good ways, to go on with your life, like don't fall into the distractions because you're not supposed to. You don't want to, so you won't. Let's not do that. Let's stay focused where we're going, and then we go back to a few sessions ago where we talk about all the reactions, and then you're supposed to have patience, understanding, open mind. Remember, I said I'm not going to forget that. We're always going to talk about patience, understanding, open mind because we need to have those things in our mind all the time, and it helps us to live and obtain our balance and understanding for others. So today's lesson overall, keep away from all these distractions, keep away from all these barriers, things that push us away from our destiny. And once again, I'm going to go back to that Almighty paragraph and restate what I stated earlier about how in the storm, they not say beware of the storm or beware of all this chaos around us, but beware that you don't beware to be aware. So they're saying be careful that you don't, be careful that you are careful. Be alert that you are alert. Don't worry about all this chaos around us, but rather worry about getting to our destination, to our boat. And then we go back to driving, where go to point A, point B. refrain from distractions like texting, and we understand people, there's other drivers around us, other people trying to get to places, and we let them go as well. That is what we're doing. We have to be aware of these things. So be aware of these things. Moment of sorrow. Think to yourselves, anything that causes pain, sorrow, or whatever. Think to yourselves. Anything that causes pain or sorrow, or anything that you regret. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. As we know, maybe the first and last meal we shall devour. For some it will burn, and for others it will open the emptiness. But together, the chips and water help us to come together. Every action will be awarded with the reaction of affected person one way or another. Whatever reaction occurs is meant to transpire, to lead oneself closer to their destiny. For wherever tears, there's laughter somewhere else. When it's one's fortune, someone else's misfortune. But when we all come together, show each other your love. Yeah, pure juice. We are all people under the sky, and we all deserve the best. Thank all those a part of our lives for all they've done for us. Wisdom, influences, values, and guidance. And this occasion will come together for all that's helped us be us, whether alive or dead, wherever they are, whoever they are. Come together and honor them. We'll help them and we'll help others to come together, live in the world, live our best life. What someone gets, someone else will get. Mm. Right here, the balance has come together. All of us have come together. So eat chips and drink water. Find your balance in life. As we acquire a new life, we learn to accept our differences and cherish every moment of our life. We'll come together, help us to come together, live a new world, live our best lives. Remember, everybody, in life, when you're going to your goals or your destinations or wherever destiny will lead you, don't worry about what others think. Obviously, that's really obvious, and everyone says that. Don't worry about impressing others. Help others if you have to. Have patience, understanding, open mind, and especially don't fall into distractions. And be aware. Beware to be aware. The balance has come together. All of us have come together, so you may go home now. Thank you. You're welcome. Go ahead. Turn this off. All right.